Continuing where I left off, recently finally got my hands on Stampede, and it was hype. I'm not gonna spoil that in case you want to go watch that and just get another wonderful video to include into your day. We're just gonna hop in and go right immediately into another Stampede opening. I think I'm gonna just do 2 more boxes here, and then maybe I'll save the last box for like a rainy day or something. I don't really know. But let's see what we got. Again, our goal is to pull one of my favorite cards of all time, Dia Star, in all her censored goodness, because they censor every card in English. A whole nother debate. And also any of the alt arts, honestly any of the alt arts, they're really beautiful. I want the Zeus, I want the Cartesia, I want the I'll even take the Call by the Grave, by the way. It's nice. I want the literally everything. You know, only alt art I really don't care about is maybe the Nibiru. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know why I thought I saw Zeus for a second in the QCR because I did the card trick wrong. I would have been so hyped. Secret rare too, right? Is that secret rare? Not super rare, I'm tripping. Alright, we got our Monarch, our Cyber Dragon Core, and our Infantry. Atlantean Infantry for our first QCR. Great. Fantastic. By the way, I'm uploading this before even editing the first video. So, again, as I mentioned in that video, I want to do more videos again on the channel where I'm chasing certain pulls. You know, I mentioned in that video how it's hard to get Pokemon product right now, and that's why I haven't been doing Pokemon content at all. But when I can, I will. And if y'all want to see stuff like, chasing the Dia Star in like an ongoing series, then leave a like in this video. Don't be stingy with your likes. Leave a comment or something. That's my interaction, and I'll start showing more love to this channel again. And meanwhile, I'm pulling token Stampedes left and right. And you know what? I feel like I'm gonna pull Petite Moth in this video, and then I'm gonna just have to find Ruxin and then fight him. That's how it works. How it works. The Dark Magicians, Transaction Rollback, Splash Mage, Left Arm Offering, and Forbidden Chalice. Interesting. Wait, that's actually in the wrong pile. There we go. I think I should put the bulk pile on the right side. We'll do this. There we go. That's fine, right? Maybe we'll swap these. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we got a system. Now we got a little system going. I don't know why I changed the system from last time. This is literally what I did in the last video. All right, on to the next one. We are opening stuff. If you're pursuing certain cards, let me know as well. It's nice to see what you guys are going after as well. We're all collectors and enthusiasts for Call by the Grave! Did I just say I wanted this card? Woo! It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. And Royal Decree. Of course, we got the Flood right behind it. I feel like I have to give this to my my fiance, because she's a big fan of the Live Twins. And this card art's insane. I like how... What did they do to my boy? Look at that. What did they do to my boy? Right there. That's a hype card. Hold on. Do I have a potential God box? All right. So me and Ruxin had this theory. I watched Ruxin open his first case, and every single card was in the case. Literally every single card was in the case. And when I say every single card, I'm talking about he got every alt art. So we've been theorizing the possibility of these God cases that are potentially out there. And if you have a God case, you get every single alt art in that case. And that's spread amongst the 12 boxes inside a case. I only bought 7 boxes, but now I'm starting to think that I should have gotten more. The reason why I didn't go crazy is because, ooh, nice. I don't play that anymore, but still a nice card. The reason why I didn't buy that many is because the thing about rarity collection is it's all hype in the beginning and then the price just dies. The boxes tend to be still kind of expensive because of the possibility of pulls, but the cards themselves are not that valuable. Because something that people don't understand about TCGs is, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically, the reason why cards are expensive is not because this is a collector's piece. No one's going out of their way to collect Call by the Graves. This is a very viable, meta-viable card. This is in every single deck. And not having another way to obtain it in max rarity is going to be desired. Until everybody gets it, then nobody cares anymore, and then price goes down. Essentially, what happens with sets like this is they release, and then the price just absolutely gets eviscerated. So in my mind, I'm like, why would I spend $1,200, which is how much it was, $1,200 for a case for 12 boxes, when every single big chase is gonna be at most like $50 once it like stabilizes? It doesn't make any sense to me mathematically. So I just chose not to do it. But now I'm thinking like, damn, I should have probably gotten a case, because if this is a God case, that means every single alt art would have been amongst that. And even then, I don't think that still breaks even. It might not break even. So to me, it was just smarter to just get a couple of boxes, you know, go through the journey of just having the fun and opening it, and then call it a day. So I don't know. I also like to keep boxes sealed for like a rainy day, and I'm like, I feel like something. And this is definitely a fun set because like every pack feels a joy. Even once you get all your max hits, you're like, there could be something else in there. There could be another, like, you know, banger or something. All right, Nightingale, Crimson Dragon, Terraforming, and Fire Formation Tenki. Art is actually still very, very good. Now, I talked about this in the last video, but I think this set's very, very good. You know, there's a handful of people online that just like to spew anger and rage towards everything. And I'm like, you know, maybe it's not Yu-Gi-Oh! You're mad at. Maybe you're mad at something else, and you just go over into your hobby. It's not very healthy. But I think this set is actually very, very good, in my honest opinion. There's a lot of like good cards that are viable in many eras. I think the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it's like, when I'm not happy, I hate it. You know, you can't make every player in a game that's 25 plus years old happy. You just can't. And what's cool about all the rarity collections, especially the last two, is they're including cards of many, many formats, from GOAT to Edison to hat format to, you know, whatever format, modern. And the fact that they try to hit that many, you know, happy points, I think is cool. I think it's cool. But of course, you know, when you don't include one single Drew Swarm, I guess, which is still not that expensive a card, as viable as it is, as popular as it is, the price is still somewhat, you know, obtainable. People get mad. The thing is like, even if they release a QCR Drew Swarm, I feel like that would just still be incredibly expensive. Of course, you also could just settle for the lower rarity, so I kind of get that too. Cyber Dragon Infinity and Madolche Puddingsis. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to, you know, keep the same topics from the last video. It's kind of hard to sit down and record 2 videos back to back and then not have stuff spill over when I'm still in that mood of discussing X, Y, and Z. Quem and Dark Burning Magic. Ooh, Dark Burning Magic has a card in this set. I love certain Dark Magician cards, but they're so bricky. It's a pain to play them sometimes. Like I remember, I was the type of person that when I build a deck, I will never go for full optimal as much as I should. Because like, oh, that's a good one. Again, I hate Labyrinth, but I love some of the designs in this. And Lady Labyrinth is actually kind of sick. This is cool. That is actually a sick card. I might have to send that over off to whatchamacallit, ARS, which is my company of choice for grading for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They do a great job. I think they do a fantastic job. If ARS grades your card, I feel like the accuracy is so good that when they say 9, they mean it. When they say 10, they mean it. When they say 10 plus, which is their equivalent of Black Label, they mean it. Which I know sounds weird. It's like, who the hell is this? Why, like, who's this random company? I might do a whole separate video on ARS and why I like them. But it's literally a company that was specializing in Yu-Gi-Oh cards first, and then they started grading like Pokemon as well. They do Weiss Schwartz. As long as they can fit the standard size, which is like the Pokemon size, or the Yu-Gi-Oh size, they'll grade it. And I just like how accurate they are, honestly. There's no politics, no bullshit. Just because it says Lugia or Blue Eyes on it, they're not going to give it an automatic 9. That's something I really like about them. Kill, Suyak Barrage, and High Five the Sky. I'll make another video about that at some point. You know, I've talked about it here and there. But I also know that, you know, industry standard, people are always going to go PSA first. And you should. PSA, honestly, is my favorite amongst all the main ones because they do it just right, but they do whiff sometimes. I feel like they've been whiffing a lot less. The only critique I have about them now is they tend to be more stingy, giving a card the grade it deserves until you regrade a couple times. Watch this. Watch. Boom. Never mind. What I mean by that is like, I graded my Moonbreon with them, the one I got from Prismatic Evolution. The only product I found from modern Pokemon in the last year was a singular ETB of Prismatic Evolutions, which we bought the day of Supreme Darkness's release at my LGS, and we pulled the Umbreon. That was the only hit in the box, which was like obviously, you know, the best case scenario, next to pulling a God Pack. And I sent it in. Card was flawless, by the way. No whitening, no nothing. Centering was good. And they gave it a 9. I'm like, what happened here? And I realized in that submission, that entire submission, they had only 110, and it was a Dark Magician from Bonanza. Everything else was a 9. I'm like, what happened? So I cracked it out, resubmitted it, and boom, immediately got a 10. I'm noticing that like PSA, recent experience seems like they're giving like 1 or 2 cards to 10, and then that's it. But every now and then you might get that grader that gives you a 10 and everything that deserves. As long as a card doesn't say 10 and then it's completely jacked up, I think it's fine. But like if you're just straight up gatekeeping 10s now, I'm like, bro. But they also probably know they can just resub and get more money, so that's probably what they're doing. We have Vanquish Soul, Dr. Mad Love, and an Astrograph Sorcerer as our Platinum Seeker rare. Platinum cards. Or not Platinum cards, Pendulum, sorry. Wait, that's why I like ARS. ARS I feel like has been very, very honest from my experience so far. Who blows? That was a good card. Alistair, followed by Lovely. What I'm noticing is every single box I've opened where I pulled the QCR, I also pulled the Platinum version of it. I don't know if that's a complete coincidence. Don't know if that's a complete coincidence. Alright, see what we got. Typhon. Mermelbus Spike. Skull Servant QCR. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, it's kind of nostalgic. It reminds me of the LOB days, but like, bro, come on, dog. I guess you can hang out over here. To be fair, that one does have actual use. I never played Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Skull Servant and King Skull is actually a fan favorite. Like, I don't even want to call it a rogue deck. The deck is honestly ass, but it can OTK you if you don't know what you're doing against it. And you end up summoning King Skull that has like 1,000,000 damage, and then you just die. So I do see why they released that card. And I also feel like maybe it was a campaign when people were asking like, what do you want to see in the last set? People were probably like, along with Petite Mouth, they were like, you want to see King Skull or Skull Servant? King Skull isn't in the set though, right? If only Skull Servant is, that would be kind of weird. But I don't think King Skull received a QCR. I might be wrong on that, but I don't remember that. Link Karibo, unban him! Bro, I know this is only in the set right now because they're planning on releasing him from his prison at some point. Pick this up now, by the way. This is probably going to be a very, very cheap card for a while because it's banned. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is completely dictated by what's meta-worthy. This card was incredibly meta for a while, and then it got banned because of Appaloosa, and what people are doing with the deck in Snake Eyes. So this card is currently in its prison. Grab this now, hang on to it if you plan on playing a deck that uses this card, because I guarantee you, once the ban list is lifted, it's going to be insane. And by the way, when I say insane, I mean literally immediately. When they announced that Poplar went to 2, I'm not even kidding. I was already panicking because I had 2 Poplars, but I traded one away from someone of my locals. And what ended up happening is the second they got unbanned, or not unbanned, but moved from 1 to 2, I was like, I need to grab a copy right now in case I ever can figure out how to make Snake Eyes viable again. And I'm not even kidding. Ultimate Rare Snake Eye Ash was $5, and Poplar was like 15. When I hit checkout, Ultimate Rare Snake Eye Ash jumped up to like $8, and Poplar jumped to 30. And then by the time I successfully checked out and hit, purchase, put my address in, and confirmed the purchase, the card jumped up to $70, and Ultimate Rare Snake Eye Ash jumped to 30. Now, this happens all the time. Snake Eye Ash ended up stabilizing itself. It went back down to like, it was like $10, $15, so it's more of a normal price for it. And then Poplar is still hanging out around the $50, $60, $70 range, which is insane. So don't let that happen to you. I'm telling you right now, grab that Link Karibo when you can. And before they just forgot about Link Karibo, and he's just going to be stuck in that prison forever. I do think Link ones in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are pretty broken, and we shouldn't have as many that we have. And even when you make them archetype specific, there's still a problem. The issue being, for example, like the brand new Blue Eyes Spirit that you use in a Blue Eyes deck, which is very, very important in the deck, by the way. People have already figured out a way to use it for evil, and I don't like it. I do not like it. Brilliant Fusion, this just got unbanned. This is gonna be a big card. Yeah, so what people are doing with the Spirit Link, fortunately, I'm gonna share the tech in case you play Blue Eyes, is Sanctifier. So what you do is you make Heavenly Spheres, which you just make with 2 dragons, and then during your opponent's phase, the second they have something on the field, you tribute spheres, you summon Albaz, you activate Albaz to summon Albion, either Albion or Libellion, whichever one, and then you go into Sanctifier. and then you summon Spirit onto their field, and what Spirit says is you cannot summon anything other than dragons. So if they don't have dragons in their deck, their turn is over. You lock them out officially. And one of the reasons why a lot of these cards keep getting hit is because of Sanctifier. So we saw the death of Jowgen, which, to be fair, Jowgen is a very toxic card. Jowgen, we saw Puppet Lock. There's still some, like, Edo Lock, I think, is still technically legal. But these cards are a bit more easier to out. And I guess technically the Spirit one is not that great because there's a lot of dragons and a lot of decks. So you can probably out it, especially if you're playing also the same deck. But if you're screwed and you just can't out it, it's just done. It is just done. So unfortunately, you just scoop and go next. If Sanctifier, which is an important card to the lore, bans my Link 1 for Blue Eyes, I'm going to be upset. Now I know how people felt when Link Karibo got banned. It's like, why am I losing Link Karibo because of the evils of Appaloosa and Snake Eyes? I get it now. I think it's time to actually just ban. Ooh. Oh, please, 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 please. Please. Every time we've seen this happen, the card also popped up. The card also popped up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Good luck, good luck. We're going to summon her. We're going to summon her right now in this first video. Second video. We're going to summon her in this video. She's going to make an appearance. She's going to make an appearance. She's in his box. She's in his box. Bro, she's in his box. She is in his box. She is in his box. Watch this. Watch this. Got the engraver, though, in Secret Rare. Anyways, Sanctifier is going to get banned probably at some point. Because there's no way that they're going to leave Sanctifier alive. We just keep being used for evil. Konami does this thing where certain cards are just so good down the line that they become worse for the metas. And because of the designs. And while I thought Sanctifier was fine for the longest, I do feel like it's going to hit that point one day where it's like, all right, this card just has to go. It just has to go. All right, but here we go. Come on. Dark Magician Girl right here. This pack right here. This pack right here. Watch this. Watch the good luck. Ready? Ready, 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 ready. Watch, 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 watch. Ah! Zeus! Zeus! We got the Zeus! Imagine behind was like a double QCR pack. Yo, this Zeus is so sick, man. This Zeus is so look at that art, dog. How can you look at Yu-Gi-Oh and be like, yeah, I ain't digging the art, bro. Oh, but does that mean we won't get another alt art? Well, hold on. Dark Magician Girl doesn't count as an alt art. What I'm noticing is if you get an alt art that's only alt art exclusive, that's it. However, what I'm noticing is this is not technically, doesn't count as an alt art. It's not an alt art exclusive. So we can still potentially get Dark Magician Girl as a QCR in this box. So let's see if I'm right. Let's see if we're getting some data right now. Got Sanctum. Bro, if I get Zeus and Dark Magician Girl, you know what would have been actually peak? Diabell Star and Dark Magician Girl. My two favorite spellcasters of all time in Yu-Gi-Oh! That would have been insane. Ooh, big welcome. Ooh, Quem. I like, bro, collected rares are underrated. I said it. Oh. Collected rares are definitely underrated. I still think the ultimate rares you get in OTS packs look way better, like the way the foiling is, or I guess the texturing. But collected rares are nice. Typhon, the only out to Zeus, technically. Here we go, watch this. Ah, just a gold. And Bring Dragon Raw. And Bring Dragon Raw. Shout out to Syriax. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. I'm already like, what sucks is I'm getting myself stoked and amped for the pull of this Dark Magician Girl just for me not to pull it. Ooh. Well, we saw what that was. Sinister. What does this do? Oh, it's a shit all card. That's why. I was like, why do I not know this? Come on. I definitely need this as a BGS 10 in QCR. Damn, Karma. Hey, Karma Cut was fire. That was our go-to card in Duel Links. You know what I love about opening cards that has like older stuff? Is it's like literally a whatchamacallit, like a time capsule. You can literally go through a lot of the cards that you played at some point, which is dope. One more. Ooh! Yeah, that's gonna go right into my my goat deck. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is funny because the only rarities you had of this card prior to this was the Champions Pack 1, which is like $1 billion, or the Comets. I definitely have the commons in my deck. And even then, the commons were like expensive. It was annoying. I'm like, why am I spending this much for a common? All right, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. Amaryllis! I don't know, maybe my theory about if you pull a platinum, you'll pull the QCR as well, is dead. It was just a weird coincidence. Weird coincidence, indeed. Oh my gosh. Crimson Dragon is another one I wish that they had in QCR, but it actually came out as a QCR a while back. And it was expensive too. I tried to buy it, I'm like, oh, nope, we're not buying this one. Shockmaster, another card that can never come back off the ban list. Again, we're just going down to time capsule. Come on. Let's go. Right here. Pendulums! Well, my theory is officially dead at this point. I feel like I pulled enough QCRs. I doubt that we'll get the ones we're looking for. But hey, that just means we open more boxes and have fun in these videos. I am still having a blast. I actually like that Dark Magician Girl alt art a lot. Cannot convince me to hate Dark Magician Girl ever. Regardless of what the— oh, bro! I don't like that they reprinted this, but I know why they did it. I feel like they should have just kept this one in the whatchamacallit, right here, in the vaults. But the reason why they did is because it was exclusive to the TCG at first, and Japan never got it. And then in the Rarity Art Collection, Japan released it in QCR as well as a possibility. So that's what happened. I kind of wish that they kept that one unique to, what was it, Brothers of Legend? Is that what it was? It was really fun to pull that. That was a very, very rare card. It was also like a bonus ultra rare in the set. I remember when I pulled mine, I was so annoyed. I pulled mine where I pulled the ultra, and then I moved it, like the pack, I moved the hand off screen, and then it was there. I'm like, oh! And then card opening culture, if you do that, it means you like planted it every time. No one said that in my comments, but like, if I thought it was a big card channel, people definitely would like, oh, you planted it. That reaction was just raw, and I think it's funny. All right, last 3 packs. I am not mad at this because I am a degenerate who plays Dragon Master Magia, and in order to do that, you have to send this. And this is actually going into my deck. Literally right now as we speak, I'm gonna pull the deck out. I'm gonna do it right in front of y'all. Taking the deck out, look at this. Here we go. I'm gonna find that, you can kind of see my deck that I run for Blue Eyes. I'm gonna find it, there it is. There it is. And we're gonna put this literally in the deck right now. Goodbye, starter deck version Blue Eyes, Chaos Max. What I do with this is, if you send this card right here, Seahorse, to the graveyard, it says send any Blue Eyes card to the graveyard. I hit end record, by the way. Back to what I was saying, you will hit. Was I even recording? Okay, I was about to say, I was like, whoa. Anyways, my bad. Keyboard's right next to me. The combo. What happens is you send Kaiser Seahorse to the graveyard by special summoning to the field. You make whatever you want with it, and then I just dropped my deck. And then you send Chaos Max to the graveyard. When Chaos Max goes to the graveyard, you then will trying to focus right now. You then will use True Light to set wishes. With wishes, you summon your Blue Eyes. You get your you add your 2 cards, but then you banish wishes, attach Ultimate Dragon to Blue Eyes. You synchro it away or just whatever with it, and then now since you have Ultimate Dragon and Chaos Max in your graveyard, you flip Ultimate Fusion, and boom, you have Dragon Master Magia. Yeah, that was hype. That was hype. Despite me hitting end record just now, but it's okay because I wasn't doing anything. Plot twist, I wasn't recording this whole time. That would be kind of painful. All right, last couple packs. This has been a great box, by the way. Ooh, I have Tamaya's too. I cannot be mad at this box. We didn't get the Dark Magician Girl. That was still, we got 2 alt arts actually. Well, actually, I don't know if the Chaos Max is no, it's not exclusive because they have the other one as well. Our last pack. We can end it with Grapha, a card I'm not a big fan of. Do I do one more box just cause? I kind of want to. You know what? We're gonna do one more box just cause. Because why not? You know, we can. We can make the rules. We'll do an extra long video today because this has been so good. Why not? leaving me with 2 boxes left to do one more video. Or if I pull what I'm looking for, never open these again. I like having a couple of sealed stuff here and there for a rainy day when I'm bored. We'll do one more box. Hopefully not hit and record because that was kind of annoying. So here. All right, let's see what we can finish it with. Hey, imagine we do pull the Bellstar and the Dark Magician Girl right now. This is a banger video in my opinion. Let's see what we got. Nightingale, Giant Hand, Mellotronus, and Dust Shoot is good. Dust Shoot is very good actually. Dust Shoot is... I actually don't even have copies of Dust Shoot because I did not want to spend the money on it at the time. And I would probably... What is it? Is it at 1? Or is it at 3? This card is evil. Is it at 3? I don't remember. It might be at 2. Either way, it's not a card I like running, even though it is my kind of card to play. I might squeeze 1 into my deck here and there. Call it a day. Spirit of White. I used to love this card. Fantastic card. But old Blue Eyes was so bricky, like you did not want to have that many level 8s in your deck that you can do nothing with. Apprentice, Monarch, Typhon, and Silent Arc. Silent Arc was one of the cards that altered how you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you were not special summoning in attack mode originally because of it. You misplay by special summoning in attack mode, you get your card swiped. It is what it is. Leviathan Dragon, okay. Kind of speed blitz this one at least. No, I'm not mad. This is a great open. Today is a great day. Fantastic day even. Alistair, going to that pile. And Baby Sarasaurus, pop the baby. What they always say with that. Card blows up and then your entire combo starts. I feel like Dinos is a archetype that's funny to me because, ooh, 7th Ascension QCR, that is big. It's not, that's huge. It is, the Dinosaur deck is like potentially one of the most dangerous decks in the game because of Miscellaneousaurus. If that card does end up going to 3 one of these days, like I want that for Dino players, but also don't. Nothing against y'all, it's just y'all deck can be incredibly annoying. Because I hate decks that are designed where it says your opponent can have 0 interaction. Like, people already complain that that's what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, where you go second, you can't interact. But that's literally what these decks do. It's like, oh, cool, you activated that 1 card, so now I can't do anything in response to your cards. Go ahead, do your free combo, and I'm dead. Zelantis! That's a great card. That is... I don't play it anymore, but I want it as a QCR for a while now. I might just put that back into my imaginary Snake Eye deck just because. I say imaginary because the deck is kind of dead right now. QCR? I think we have a QCR back here. Alistair, Phoenix. Oh no, it was just a Platinum. Alright. Phoenix again. Infinity as a ultimate rare. A back-to-back ultimate rare. And Noble Knight. Okay. Alright, alright. We're hitting that point where now, like, you know, we used up all our luck. We definitely used up all our luck. Utopia Array. I'm gonna lie, I just want to crack these last 2 boxes off camera, but I know the second I do that, it's gonna have the Bellstar and Dark Magician Girl in 1 box. Bro. Like, bro. I mean, I'm not mad, but like, come on, dog. What's that? What kind of shuffling RNG is that? That's a master shuffler to use for that one. Put them right next to each other. Giant, Core, and Union Hanger. I'm not gonna order my tower of cards. It's not even a big tower yet. There you go. I gotta figure out what to do with my bulk because I think Toronto doesn't accept bulk anymore for Yu-Gi-Oh! I got a big tower behind me already. Because I always set the bulk that I'll use and cards that I think are gonna be, wow, that's a big one. That I know I'll use at some point. Ooh, Dark Magician from Dark Side Dimension. That's hype too. Cards that I know will be playable at some point. Because I do read my cards actually. Contrary to popular belief, I do read the cards that I pull sometimes. I'm like, this could be good later. But everything else that I know I will never play, I just put in that bulk pile over there, and I sell, and I buy more boxes, and buy more cards. Rinse and repeat. Infinite money glitch to buy more cards unlocked. Ooh. But they don't accept bulk anymore for Yu-Gi-Oh! From what I was told. At least from the videos I've seen. I guess I could reach out and ask, but it is interesting. So I gotta figure out what to do with my bulk, because otherwise it's just going to stack up behind me and then annoy me. Alright, so this box so far is not that crazy, other than the Zelantis. Unless we change that right now. Bro. Can we talk about that? Make sure that this bitch never comes back. Never let her come back. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I think that card could come back to 1. I think it could come back to 1. I know I might regret that, especially when I see it used against me, but I'm more a fan of stop banning every single card than, you know, than whatever the hell I was about to say. I'm just thinking about the fact that I got Asha Kariba back-to-back in 1 rare, and then, you know, a luxury rare, and then it happened again earlier with the QCR. Like, come on, bro. All right, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Phoenix. See, now we're just being teased. Now we are just being absolutely teased. Come on, Konami. Come on, Konami. What we doing? What are we doing? Other than teasing me. Steel Swarm Roach. I want to see a Roach in Yu-Gi-Oh! For as long as I live. Still annoyed by Maxi exists. Watch me pull Maxi right now. That'd be funny. Uva again. Oh, it's a QCR. My favorite. More Monarchs. I dropped this pack. Drop the pack. Those have been around, you know, every time I drop a pack, it's always a good luck charm. Does that continue today? Does that tradition continue today? It does not. Bang on Critias. All right, last pack and then we're done. Wow, I'm excited actually. This has been fun. Now I'm sad because I want more boxes. I'm gonna end it with Wyver Buster. You know, not bad. We're definitely getting teased with all the Dark Magician girls that are not QCR. But hey, we're one step closer, and that's all that matters. I'm in it right now. I will do one more video with the 2 that I have left, and then I'm gonna try to get more boxes. But other than that, I think I'll just probably... Depends. Again, if you like this video, I will turn it into a series. I will definitely turn it into a series where I will make constant videos until I pull the card. But again, you gotta let me know. You leave a like, interaction in a video. Otherwise, you know, yeah, we just wait until the next set. All right, I'll see you guys in the next upload. I'm gonna record these last 2 boxes right now.